Greetings everyone, a warm welcome. Hey, thanks for joining me. Aries, this is your September reading for 2018. We're going back to the basics this month with the Celtic Cross. And when I say back to the basics, I don't mean it to sound as though the reading is a basic reading, because the Celtic Cross is not. It's actually a very strong reading that can hold messages for many months, more than just 1 month. So it might be worth revisiting this reading a few months down the track and see how the cards are playing out. It's back to the basics, as in it was one of the first traditional readings that was ever kind of formatted. Now, before we start the reading, I have done some intuitive work for you, and Aries, you received the number 4 and the colour green and the heart chakra area. So some of the other messages that arrived were perseverance, keep moving forward. As you strive to achieve your hopes and dreams, despite any current challenges, success is within reach. You are never given more than you can handle, and face challenges head on with courage and faith. You can make your dreams come true. So it sounds a little bit of a solemn message there. But anyhow, we will get into the dealings and the shufflings and see what's in store for you guys. So Aries for September 2018. These cards don't want to shuffle much at the moment, but I have just done a little bit of shuffling for you anyhow, so we'll see. Aries for September 2018. Your first card is you and the heart of the matter right now, and that's the Judgment. Your second card is the challenge and what blocks you as such. Your third card is your conscious goal. Yeah, that's the Tower. Your fourth card is your unknown influence. Your fifth card is the past influence. And your sixth card is an approaching influence. Your seventh card is the inner resources or talent. Your eighth card is how other people see you. Your ninth card is your hopes and fears, and your 10th card is the outcome. So you do have a few major arcanas, and you have a few full-on ones as such, the Devil and the Tower and the Judgment. They're all quite heavy ones, and even the Temperance. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcanas, 2 aces, 2 court cards, and 1 reversed sword. It almost feels, just looking at this, as if there's stuff going on from the past that is resurfacing a little bit, that you might be either dealing with emotionally yourself or is being confrontational. Now, it doesn't surprise me, because we have just come through the 3 eclipses, and they've been very intense ones, and to get 3 at once is a little bit unusual as well, so it's formed a trine. But the other thing is there were 5 retrograde planets in action at the same time, and they were very much talking about past events and past energies and shadow stuff, so things that were under the table or hidden events or things that we haven't addressed one way or another. So a lot of stuff kind of come back up, resurfaced one way or another, and just be butting heads with your energies right now. And it feels as though in this reading that this could well be the case. But let's get into it and see what messages come through as we're working into all the positions. I'll move this card for the minute, and you can see what the first one is, which was the heart of the matter, and it's the Judgment card. So the Judgment card really does talk about big changes coming. And we got that message with your intuitive work that I did for you, and it said, despite current challenges, keep going, that your goals are there. So for any of you who have been suffering from, blockages or not getting to an end point, or feeling as though you've been going backwards, which everyone has, I think, with this retrograde energy, know that things are on the cusp of change. There are a lot of cards under here that indicate change, especially your aces, the Tower, and the Judgment. So the Judgment tells us that if this is what's going on at the moment, some of you might feel like, whoa, there's just this big feeling of shifting out the old and moving in new, and this can be at many different levels, but often this is deep stuff, like really powerful belief systems or your integrity values or relationships in your life or career changes even, but often it encompasses many different perspectives of your life, because it can start within one dynamic or one area and motor its way through a whole bunch of different perspectives. It's a very profound card. It's not a bad card, it just is big change. And often when big change comes, we see the reality of it or the physicality of it in our life. It can mean we no longer associate with people that we used to, or we change our belief system. Some of you might change your religious perspectives or become spiritual or psychic or more aware in that realm. You might become more esoteric, or you might drop it off out of your life. Some of you, this could be a health issue that's coming to an end as well, a physical problem that you've had that you've been dealing with or living with. I often see the trumpet with these flames roaring out of it, and the trumpet is sort of like a message from the gods or from heaven, and it can come to you through your ears or your head or your crown chakra area, and it can be like a bolt out of the blue, like the lightning bolt of the tower above it. And it's interesting that the tower is directly above the judgment card, almost giving it more power and more intensification. So coming back to the judgment with the trumpet, some of you could have problems around your ears or in that part of your head as well. And this could be physical problems like hearing issues or headaches or pain in the head, or literally you just finally get a message that you've been either not wanting to hear, or you haven't been able to see it or hear it for a long time, and it just goes, wow, okay, it's here, I see you, I understand it. So that's kind of what's going on right now. And as I said in the beginning, this Celtic cross, and I said it before I laid the cards, could be very powerful, and it's worth coming back to even in a few months, because this will take you far more than just September. I believe for a few of these signs for this month, it's taking you well into next year as well. So the card that's the challenge or the blockage is the Nine of Pentacles, and it's kind of a shame that's a blockage card because it's such a beautiful one. She's opulent, she's happy, she's social, she's engaged, she has positive finances and wealth and harmony around her. So for some reason, it's your blockage card, which means there's something not quite right there. Is it that you have money problems, or the money's not flowing as you would like, or it's not going where you want it to, or her, opulence and her gaiety and her social status? Is there something blocked there with you guys? Have you been hiding away or not mixing or holding events or socializing or doing something along that line? Because it could be that you've wanted to or you haven't been able to. There's a whole bunch of different reasons that card might be causing blockages, but I do definitely see the money, and it's as if you might be waiting for money or expecting payments, or you might have spent too much and now you have to hold back on some of these opulence or pleasures in life as well. So let's go to card number 3, the conscious goal, and that's the Tower. So if this is your conscious goal, what are you guys wanting to change? It's like something hasn't been set in concrete, or what has been, it needs destabilizing because it wasn't level or balanced. This card can often turn up when we realize we have formatted things incorrectly in our lives. It's similar to the Judgment card, coming to an understanding that we've been doing something wrong or headed in the wrong direction, or been, our career. It can even be a career choice that some of you might suddenly go, nah, I'm over it, I'm out of here, see you mate. You might be taking on a new career, or understanding that some dynamics within relationships have been wrong and you're just letting them all go. The Tower card can be a bit of an argumentative one. It can be almost that you're cross and you want to have like a lash out at a whole bunch of things. So whatever it is you're consciously angry about or frustrated with is the word that just came in. It's like, know then that this frustration or anger or pent-up annoyance or whatever it is that's not working, change it, move it, shuffle it, leave it, let it go. You know, there isn't much point holding on to anger, and there's certainly no point holding on to situations that don't benefit you or don't honour you or don't respect you. So for anyone out there who has any situations where there's people involved and they are causing you negativity or harm or disrespect, let them go, because they don't deserve you. It's that simple. We come down now to card number 4, and it's the unknown influence, and this is the 5 of Swords reversed. Now again, this is a card of conflict and argument and, you know, people walking away. Usually you're this person here and you have these swords and you've taken them during conflictual arguments, because the swords are always about communication, and oftentimes they hold a little bit of anger within them. So this could insinuate that you've had a time or a period where you've had people around and you've said, no, you know, you're wrong type thing, I'm leaving, or get out, or whatever, and there has been a separating of the ways. And that's fine. You know, this happens in life. We all get to a point where we can't please everyone, and other people don't like us and they don't find us acceptable anymore, and so on, so we all go our own way. However, sometimes it's the way it happens that is, you know, defeatory, if that's a word. I'm great at making up new words. But anyhow, it can be about being more cautious about how we let things move on out of our lives. And if we can do it with harmony and balance, then obviously it's better for everyone. Now, the reversal of that card suggests that we're more inclined to accept a more harmonious situation, or trying to rebalance a disharmony or a miscommunication within relationships. So this could be the fact that in the future coming, because this is the unknown influence, we're not aware of it yet, but it could be that there is a possible mediation or forgiveness or tolerance around a previous discussion or falling out with someone or a group of people. So this might be a coming influence in the months ahead, and you might be more willing to renegotiate something or re-go over the situation to address it. Now again, this could be personal, or it could be at a career level or a business level or a finance. It could be contractual things that might have been signed and have fallen through or gone to the courts or anything along those lines. So there's a possibility that it could not necessarily be reversed, but be readdressed and in a different manner with a slightly more positive outcome. So keep your eyes out on that and see if something from the past kind of reverses itself and plays out in a more favourable role. And again, as I say, this could be taking you far more than September, so this could go on for quite a few months, the opportunity of this possibility. If we go to card number 5, which is the past influence, we see the devil. This is this one over here. And the devil is always about addictions or, you know, unbalanced relationships or abuse one way or another. It's about us not being in alignment with our true selves and with our integrity values. It can turn up when we do have literally addictions, such as the things we take on board, like alcohol or smoking or drugs or food, or we could be addicted to shopping or working or exercise, or we could have addictive relationships or tendencies within our personalities, or we could be in abusive relationships as well. So the devil card talks to us about learning to understand what is right and wrong, how to make them right or leave them when they're wrong, and how to fight the negatives, so to bring back positive balance. Now, if this was in the past, it's probably a good thing. You may have learnt something from that past, and it may have given you strength as you've moved on, and you might have been able to give it up altogether. Like some of you might have given up smoking, or given up alcohol, or gone on a diet and you've lost a whole heap of weight and you've managed to keep it off, or changed an addictive behaviour pattern or an abusive relationship, anything along those lines. So in many terms it's a really positive card to fall in that position, and the hope is that you gained insight and strength and dominion from it. So again, because it's a past influence, it may be resurfacing, or you may be thinking about it, or you may come into shadow contact with it and it's in the background and you're going, wow, yeah, why is that popping its head up? There might be a few more things that you need to address with it, or you might be able to help someone else go through a similar thing and offer them support or knowledge or wisdom around it. If we come now to the 6th card, we are in the approaching influence. What a great card to have there, the Ace of Rods. This is new offers or projects or insight or passion, desire, fire, creative ideas, and it's coming to you. And again, I think it's not necessarily this week or right now. For some of you it could be, but this could be ongoing. So it might be a project that you start that literally is the beginning of something bigger and bolder and better. And this can be job offers coming to you as well, and they can be unexpected, or for some of you, if you're applying for new jobs out there, get your CV out and apply, because it looks as though things could be going quite well for job opportunities. These two here talk very much about new career prospects. So that's really nice and exciting for those of you wanting to either upskill, new jobs, new ideas around your creative abilities. The next card that we come to is the 7th card, which is another ace, and it's the inner resource or talent. I mean, wow. Again, if you like, the aces are following each other. They don't follow each other on the table, but numerically they're following each other. So they have a bit more power again. So the Ace of Pentacles is your kind of like resource or talent. This is money. This is money coming in. So even though you had this up here, this problem with possible money, or, that pleasant socializing or ambience of life and the welcoming and the warmth and the nourishment, it might be temporary, or it might not be the money. It might be more that conviviality feeling, but down here we've got an association with money. So again, this is new prospects of money, whether this is a new career opportunity or a pay rise or an increment or a small windfall or an inheritance or a loan being paid back, or the offer of uplifting a loan for something like a mortgage or a new car. Any of these type of things could be what that Ace of Pentacles represents. It can also be, again, ideas around finances and money and career. So both of those aces are particularly fortuitous and prosperous. The next card, card number 8, is how others see you. And this is the Page of Rods. And the page are always about new ideas coming to us or new propositions. And he is the creative sector proposition, again like career. And because he's right next to the Ace of Rods, he often represents the offer of a job or the application of a job or attending an interview. So I think for some of you there's real hope here for new career opportunities if this is what you're looking at. And we talked a bit about things like changing of career, like just jumping it right out of the box and turning it all around and doing something different when the Judgment and the Tower are here. So it could be in areas such as your career or your financial direction in life. The 9th card is your hopes and fears, and the Queen of Cups. So this could be someone you know, and it might be someone you really want to form an attachment with. She could be a water sign person, so it might be someone whose company you enjoy and you just want to form this special close relationship. It doesn't have to be intimate, but it could be a dear friend, or it could be a close family member, possibly a work colleague. But she offers compassion, and she has heart warmth, and she has nourishment and positivity and success and happiness, all of the lovely things that we think of when we connect with heart happy emotions. So if it's not a person, then it's this feeling that you want this to be around you, or this is where your goal is in life, to feel like this and to have this energy and this vibrational feeling. And we talked a little bit about that at the beginning with the green heart chakra energy. So if it's your fear, then you might be worried that you don't have this feeling, or that you're seeking more love in your life, or that you're wanting to find attachment or connection at the heart chakra level. So, you know, some of you are going to find this as a positive and some of you are going to find it as a negative. But either way, just remember, you focus on what you want in life and you put that out to the universe, and you then begin to attract it and you begin to manifest those desires in. And that was another message, of course, that came. Your desires are within reach. So remember to focus upon that. And your final outcome card, the Temperance card, so another major arcana. And again, it's a card that's sort of a little more stiff and formal than some of the freer ones of the major arcanas. The Temperance talks to us about balance. There's an interesting synchronicity, I guess. Here's the Devil over here, completely out of balance, and here's the Temperance over here saying be in balance. So it's almost like the past may have had out of balance energies in your life, and in the future it's saying remember to balance it and bring balance and harmony in to create this positive path of where you want to go for the future. So she talks about physical balance, in particular your diet, having lots of water on board, which is very good for hydration and detoxification. Also spending time outdoors with Mother Earth or Gaia, feeling at one and feeling the connection and the vibration and the harmony of nature. Some of you might benefit by spending time in a place like that, in the mountains and by water, and just re-energizing your body, mind and soul. She does seem to have a glow around her head, which could be a feeling of some sort of enlightenment coming. It could also mean activation of things around the head, such as psychic awareness or abilities, or it could have something to do with that part of your head from the physical perspective. Some of you might suffer from things like eye strain, or you might need neck manipulations, or you might have headaches that you need to have looked into as well. That's another possibility with the Temperance card. But without doubt, she talks about harmony and balance. And remember too, hormonal balance especially, and emotional balance. So if you're finding you're angry, or, you've got this like zesty energy or feisty energy, which Aries often have, because remember, I'm an Aries as well. She talks about just calm it down, bring some balance back into it all and enjoy the harmony side of life. So there we are, Aries, a pretty intense reading. There have been a few so far for the month of September that have provided really in-depth perspectives, and yours is one of them. I do feel this will carry you forward more than just September. So come back and listen to it again. Remember to check your rising and moon signs, because you might find just as many helpful and supportive insights within that reading as well. So thanks for tuning in, everyone. Please leave your comments. I love it when you do. Also, when you like the video and sub the channel, it's all great. So have a fantastic September ahead, guys. Don't get too, feisty. Leave some into the balance kind of side of life, and enjoy these new propositions coming. There's a whole bunch of them over here, most definitely. So thanks again, Aries. Have a great September ahead. Namaste.